1, 2, 3, you put your eyes on me. 5, 5, 6. One, two, three, you put your eyes on me. 5, 5, 6, and my feelings are mixed. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're too blind to see. 5, 5, 6, that I'm taking the risk. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the line. 10, kiss me in the rain. Children, we're just children. Children, we're just children. Play with me, I'll play with you. I just want us to be true. Tell me that you love me too. Or just give me a clue. Give me a clue. We're just children. We're just children. Children, children.
Hello and welcome to the SLR race here in at Silverstone. It is at Silverstone in Tier 2. There we go. I got my sentence out eventually. I'm just not very good at English currently. Alongside me today for the first time is my very good friend, who's also an internet friend, is Snacks.
Yeah, hi guys. First time here in Tier 2. Very excited to see the race. Feeling a bit under the weather today, but I'm thinking maybe if I'm feeling under the weather, we'll at least get some interesting weather in the race. How's it looking?
It's looking pretty sunny. It looks like sunshine. Nothing peculiar going on so far. We do have the championship standings up on the screen for you guys to have a look at now. Yeah, so it's currently is still Legend who does in fact lead the way, despite not even... Oh no, our Legends were removed from the standings, okay. I was going to say why I didn't see him. And then it's Azakin who's leading the way with 74 points in the Aston Martin, followed by Hoodham, who's a solid 15 points away, so a change could definitely occur in the championship lead if one of those drivers crashes out. Then it's followed by Adesi and Saranidas, who are really close together on points, as is Crystals and Marley. They're separated by 8 points. Yanis, Pemi, Edge, and Gurla, they rode out the top 10. Edge being last week's race winner and now permanent driver in the Alpha Tauri. Outside the top 10, no one has scored more than 12 points, with Tranquillo being one of the guys who hasn't scored points yet, and with the Mercedes and Haas seat open for anyone that wants to fill that slot. So I think we just get straight into qualifying then.
Yeah, we already have a few cars out on track. 2 of them are mediums. Milas in the Haas and also Gorla. So could be interesting for a tire strategy if somebody starts on the mediums. But I think usually in Silverstone the softs tend to be better. If there's an early safety car, you could just get in the pits and grab some fresh mediums till the end of the race. But you know, you never know when the safety car comes, and sometimes staying out longer is better. We also have Vicky, who's the first out on track already in the end of the third sector, well, middle of the third sector, and getting ready for his first lap here.
Yep, it seems to always be Vicky that goes off first in Tier 2 when he drives. Speaking of driving in Tier 2, we have a few reserves here today. We have Speedy, Tassis, and I believe the other one's Meepo. Meepo being the final reserve as Vicky begins his lap, but he has invalidated earlier on. So we're going to go on board of his teammate Pemi, the other McLaren driver, as he comes around the first corner, looking nice and tidy so far.
So Vicky has gone very wide in the last corner, so his lap was immediately invalidated as soon as he crossed the line. So yeah, he's gonna have to go around and probably into the pits, grabbing some fresh tires here.
Yep, a shame for that. For the driver, he's going to have to limp it back around the pit lane, but he might be able to give his teammate a bit of a slipstream, which is maybe what he's thinking about. Pemi coming round Brooklands and Luffield right now. Seems to be all going pretty tidy. We do have a Mercedes off, and who is that? That's Meepo. Meepo off the circuit there. He's going down the escape road.
There's a lot of cars there as well.
He's blocked the Red Bull a bit there. Meepo might get a bit of a penalty for that one. As we go back on board of Pemi, it doesn't really look like he's going to get a slipstream from his teammate on this occasion. DRS now open, and it's a 1 minute 3.6 in the sector split. So not looking like a particularly bad lap. We'll see what it is when he crosses the line until he navigates the final sector.
We also have a Daisy who's already 3/10 up on that time. Hasn't invalidated his lap yet, so a Daisy looking very strong here for potentially just a provisional pole here.
Pemi crosses the line, so 27-2 there. So we'll go back on with a Desi, which position he's P9. Currently not at lap time, only one driver, two drivers, Tranquillo slots in behind, and a Desi puts it on provisional pole position, but gets instantly beaten by Cyanidus. And then Crystals tops that once again, so the times are really all just coming down together.
Yeah, and it's very tight there at the top as well. I think there's a lot of drivers just getting in a banker lap for now, and probably pushing a bit more once they get their second set of tires.
Yep. I think Azakin just put at P4 there. Edge
yeah, we're also seeing Tranquillo and Grenade Goran coming in. All those times pretty close still to each other. There's a lot of people in the 27.1s here.
Speedy's on a lap in the house. He's coming through Maggots and Beckett's now. Edge is about to begin his lap, so I guess once we've watched him, watch Speedy, we'll hop on board of him. We have a yellow through sector 1, but I think it's just the AlphaTauri just slowing down a bit.
By the way, Gola on his lap on the mediums, either he had some issue on his lap or he's just warming the tires up a bit more. He's at a 137.1. I don't believe that's a real hot lap. Either he's had a little spin there, or yeah, he's just heating his tires up and getting ready for this for a true hot lap here and pushing on this lap. With the mediums, you can go a few laps and you don't punish them too much, especially in Silverstone. The tire wear isn't too bad.
Yep, as Speedy goes P9 with a 27.575, so he's in the mix there. Just a couple of times improvement, and we'll promote him a couple of positions as Edge is on his lap, and he is in the limit of the track, and it seems like the lap's pretty clean so far as he comes through Cops, and that is cheeky to say the least. I'm not invalidating there.
Yeah, so you can go pretty wide in Cops and not get the lap invalidated, but if you do it too much, the FIA is going to have a look at that, and you might get some penalties after the race.
Yep. Coming through Stowe now. I believe the corner's called Stowe. Probably going to correct it if I'm wrong. Now in a final couple of corners now. Let's see how he navigates these pretty nicely. Short shifting up in a fourth. Doesn't really use the curb on exit there. And he comes across the line and he goes P3, tucking in behind Sanidis and Crystals in the 26.8.
Meanwhile, I'm on board here with Hudim, who's also on the mediums, and of course, right at the top of the championship here in P2 right now. So he could be very dangerous on those mediums. If he puts a top 10 and he starts on the mediums, then he might make something happen on the opposite strategy here. And he's looking very fast here through Maggots and Beckett's.
Yep, he's only 3 times off what Edge did through the middle sector. He's definitely got some pace in that car. Apparently the cars are silent. Love that. That's really great. I can probably just...
Oh yeah, those new technologies. It's just amazing what they've done with these cars.
Snack, shut up. And something's gonna come across the line and he does a 27.3.
Yeah, so not quite enough with how close the field is here. Like, we have Alright, let me check. We have between P4 and P11, they're all within almost just 2.5 tenths. So yeah, very close midfield here. And really anyone could make it into the top 5 if they just set a good lap.
That is crazy.
But I still think that there's a lot of time to come from some of these guys. Like these guys can go quick. I know those guys, and they're definitely faster than me. And even I can set like the low 27 times at tier 4. I think we even saw 26 from someone. So yeah, it should be possible for these guys to go quite a lot faster towards the end of the session once the grip starts kicking in.
Yep, as we watch Alex on his lap in the Aston Martin, he is going to the first sector, but one of the only people that can actually find his on the lap. Number 69 on that Aston Martin, quite iconic number. Picking up a bit of a slipstream from the Alpine. You want to hope he doesn't get held up by Gola. Doesn't get out the way yet, you're in the field. Does Brooklyn. It's going to be a good run onto the straight now. As he hasn't used much ERS. So do you use very little ERS coming through the first sector? And we have Meepo. Meepo's retired of cops, so he is out of the qualifying session without setting a lap time. Meepo out of the qualifying session.
That's a shame for him. I think he even did the same thing in tier 4, so he's going to be kicking himself there. But he might make something happen in the race. If he gets a good race start, he might just be able to get some positions back.
Alex is a 1
Oh, and
minute
Sachinidis, by the way, up 2 tenths. Just interrupting you there for a second.
I think Alex might go top here. 1 minute 2.9 for the middle sector. We'll see where this puts him. It's a 26.5 from the Aston Martin.
Oh, so he's up 3 tenths on everybody else. But remember, he's on a much less green track. There's a lot more rubber on the track for him. So those guys, Crystal, Sachinidis, Edge, they might just go on their second lap and be even quicker than that.
Well, we are going to find out. Sachinidis is up. He is currently purple through the middle sector. 3 tenths up in his time. Crystals, he was up in his time through the first sector. We'll keep an eye on both these drivers in their fight for provisional pole position so far. Crystals coming through Maggots and Beckett's now. Sachinidis comes around the final couple corners. We'll get the split on Crystals. How much is he up by? He's up by a 10.5. Sachinidis goes top to the 26.466. Can Crystals do anything to match that? There wasn't anything special to the middle sector. 2 tenths away from the Ferrari, who is currently on top, and I believe that was Joel that just sorted into P5 coming through club. Third gear now, you want to hold it. A short shift up into 4th. Getting on the curb to try and get the best exit, straighten out the car. Crystals gets across the line. He does a 26.6 and is not able to improve on his position.
We also have a Daisy and a Zaken on a lap. The Daisy almost crossing the finish line here. He's looking very strong as well. He was improving, and he's up into P4 with 126.8. So he's also in the mix there. And the Zaken now up into P6 as well.
Ooh. Who is on lap? Hemi's coming through the final chicane. He is on his lap. We'll see what the McLaren can do. He comes across the line. He does not promote himself any position since he didn't actually improve on his lap time. Vicky in the grass there. As he rejoins the circuit. I don't know whether he's getting out of the way of someone or he just he lost the rear. Speedy a 10th up through the first sector.
Edge just started a lap from P5, so he might be one to watch here.
Yep.
He's looking very solid through the first 2 corners here, so could be a good lap. We'll see the first sector split in just a second.
And it is a 10th and a bit up, so about the same sector split as what Crystals did. So the AlphaTauri now going for the wider line, like most drivers do, to try and get the best run onto this little straight. What used to be the main straight back in the day, until they changed it to the current front straight. Now coming through Maggots, Beckett, and Chatwell. Very iconic corners in this 1950s. I'm just flexing my knowledge, if I'm honest. That's all I'm doing right now. I have nothing else to talk about.
You have to know.
Patriotic. Edge at 3.1 through the middle sector, about the same as what Crystals, a couple tenths off Crystals actually, about 4 tenths away from Sachinidis. So it's not looking like a good
jump in. I think we had just had Speedy jump up into P8 as well, so just another guy in that mix in the low 27s there, but Edge now almost crossing the finish line.
And Edge crosses the line, and it's a 26-7, so doesn't gets him ahead of it, does he? Once again, a couple of tenths away from the top times.
Yeah, it does look like, especially Zachanidis and Alexander are going to be the one here fighting for pole. They're quite a bit away from the guys behind. Crystal just a tenth behind. He also has a very good chance of grabbing pole here with a good lap. But then there's a bit of a gap to all those guys in the high 26, low 27s. And pretty much everyone is in the low 27s actually. Everyone from Zeken all the way down to Hudim in P14.
Yep, speaking of Hudim, he is currently on the lap on the soft compound tyres as he comes through Koff's corner. He was a 10th up through the first sector, but this is definitely going to be where you make up the most time on fresh softs. Not many corners to really gain time in sector 1. There's a slow Ferrari though. Is he going to give? He's going to give Hudim a bit of a slipstream here. Hudim currently 4 tenths up on his time. A 1:03.0 coming through the split.
Like quite the slipstream there as well from Janice Correa, so could be looking like a very good chance here for Hudim to get a good lap in.
As he comes through the final corner, and it's pretty tidy, but tidy doesn't mean fast. He crosses the line and he goes P4 with the 26.6.
So yeah, definitely pretty fast, but not quite enough to grab provisional pole here. Still 2 tenths off Zachanidis.
Miles Rag comes across the line. He puts himself up into P15 with a 26.7 with a 27.3. The field is pretty tight. So could be in for some good racing, but it's definitely not done yet. Marley out on a outlap, as is Azakin.
It's definitely calming down a bit here now. So you know, do you have any inside information here on these drivers? Do you know if anybody's having their home race here?
Speedy is. Well done, Speedy, for your home race.
Yeah, you go. No, we just need to cheer him on. He's having his home race. We should give him some extra motivation here. All the fans are cheering for you, Speedy. All the grandstands. Look at all those people.
I switched into the pit lane. You just see all these people just sat there, just clapping every now and again.
We do now have Mali going on to a hot lap. On his, I believe, second set. Oh no, probably third set of softs. Everybody's going for their third lap now.
Yep. Final run in the qualifying session. Probably Pemi coming out at a bit of a wrong time for Mali there. We'll see what the Red Bull can do. The Red Bull is still living that white livery, which they probably should have resorted back to the traditional blue colour by now.
It's quite the beautiful livery, though. I'm not too mad about keeping it. I'm just confused sometimes. I think it's the Haas because it's white.
I kind of like the blue better, personally. I think the white was cool as like a spectacle, just like one race, but I don't like it permanently. The blue definitely is the color I prefer.
Yeah, I get that.
Actually, Crystals is on a lap. He's coming through the first sector, and I was on board with him with his outlap, and he is up by a tenth and a bit through the first sector.
Ezekin in P7 might also be in a hot lap. He's just going through Maggots and Beckets now and heading towards his second sector split.
He's 2.999, 4 times up. So this could be looking good for the Aston Martin, as Tima currently in position 2 on his outlap. Where's this gonna put the Aston Martin? Azakin, the leader of the championship, number 96 in the green machine. Where is he gonna put this car on the grid traditionally? Mali in P3. Azakin lost a lot of time to the last sector.
Yeah, he lost some time there in the last sector. It was looking very strong before that.
Crystals, Crystals 2 times up though. Crystals is invalidated. So an invalidation from Crystals prevents him from picking up a pole position.
Oh, he might still have time to go for another attempt if he wants to, though. I think that our timing screens are wrong.
Yeah, I think he might be able to. We'll see though.
Daisy is 1/10 up on his time, down
Yeah.
P8, but if he gets a good last sector, that could mean P3 for him, because everybody's so close. Everybody's in those low, mid 26, and he does improve by a slight bit, but not enough to make up any positions.
Yeah, trying to look for someone near the end of their hot lap. Tranquillo is, he is currently on a 27.5, he crosses the line, so it's a 27.3, but does not quite improve. His
Both
position.
Alexander and Sachinidis now both starting their final lap here into qualifying. So those two in the top 2 positions, of course. We're looking at those guys. They should be very fast now
Alright.
that the track has all the grip it will get.
Alright, Alexander half a tenth up now. What is Sachinidis' first sector split gonna be? Half a tenth was Alexander's, and it's a 10th down for Sachinidis, but Sachinidis does have that 10th in hand over the Aston Martin. Speaking of which, coming through, Cops currently down to 7th gear, uses all the track, but loses the rear a little bit. That might cost him some time. As he comes through, Maggots and Beckett, Sachinidis holding in 8th. I think Alexander took it in 7th, which might have been the cause of the traction loss. Alexander lost some time now at only half a tenth up.
Oh,
and
Sachinidis has invalidated.
Yeah. So that really leaves it open for Alexander now. The pressure is on for him to put this on provisional pole as he comes.
Still up on his lap. He needs to just improve a tiny bit in this last sector here.
Jumps the curb twice there. How's that gonna sum up against Sachinidis, who's gonna be on pole? And it's Alexander!
6 thousandths!
An Edge in the meantime puts a P3 as well.
Oh, that was a wonderful finish there out in front. Do we have anybody still on a hot lap? I think Joel might be on a hot lap, but he doesn't seem to be improving. Oh, and he's spinning!
Oh, spinning!
He's spun in the last corner.
So the Red Bull looping it around, not where you want to be. Speedy's going to come across the line. He goes P6 with a 26.6. So that is the 5th driver that has a 26.6 currently. Oh, the 4th. And
yeah,
that is
so
us qualifying over.
It's still very close between these drivers. Only a 10th between about 6 of those drivers, maybe even more. So it was close at the start, it was close at the end as well, and especially out in front with only 6 thousandths between Alexander and Sachinidis.
4 tenths separate the top 10. Dangerously close. I think we're in for a hell of a race today. Remember, Crystals couldn't even set his lap since he was invalidated, so it could have been even closer at the front.
Yeah, and it'll also be interesting seeing these guys at the back. I think Gorla had some issues there as well after his first lap didn't go to plan. So we might be seeing some guys coming back through the field from the back as well. I think Tatsis might be able to make something happen as well.
Right. I think we just have to wait for the race now. We have an array of country flags. I can't lie. It's Joel's home race. How did I forget that Joel was English?
Oh, and it's looking cloudy for the race.
I think Chief confirmed it was in fact dry.
Hey, I mean, the weather does what it wants to.
Okay. Do need to take that
it's Silverstone. It's Silverstone. It's always possible that there may not be rain.
There may or may not be rain. There may be rain, or there may not be. That's just...
Yeah. I'm just mentioning all the possibilities here, you know, just covering all the bases.
It could snow.
I don't think that they've coded snow for
it could snow.
It could snow. I mean, it has snowed in England before, I believe.
It has.
See, there you have the confirmation. It's probably gonna snow during the race.
Okay.
It'll be quite interesting to see how the drivers will get on with that kind of weather.
I think it would be as well.
Right, and on to the formation lap we go.
The tyre situation, it's Penny, Granagoran, Ace Boy, Tranquillo, Gurla, Vicky and Meepo, all on those medium tyres, everyone else on the Redwall soft tyres. Mostly because the hard tyres, are not very good. They have very little grip.
Yeah, they're not going to be very good for the start of the race, and especially, it's very interesting to see this many people going for the mediums. I think it might also be influenced a bit by the fact that we set the safety car to reduced in the league now, because we had some safety car issues before. They were just it was just a bit buggy, and now you don't really need to hope for that early safety car anymore. So I guess these guys trying to stay out longer, trying to extend their stints as long as they can, and then potentially there's a late safety car which saves the race.
Potentially. Yep, that has happened a lot.
We do have Etatsis down in P18 without connection to the game, it seems. At least I'm seeing him with red X's.
Yes, I have the same. So, he mustn't be in the game. I don't really know what we can do about that. Since you're the lobby host, do you have him on the friends list?
I am looking, we are checking. Invite button on.
Are you saying chicken or chicken?
You know, whichever. No, I don't see him.
And sadly, this has already taken the lead in the formation round.
Oh, that's quite impressive. He's already done it. Yeah, he's up into P1.
Let's go!
Amazing. I feel like Alexander might take it back here, though. He's looking like a very good exit on.
He's in the slipstream. He's in the slipstream. Sadly, needs to slow him down. Oh, and it's Alex on! Alex! It's side by side for the up to the grid slot. And Alexander wins the formation though. Right, that's the stream over. Good night.
Yeah, that was quite the amazing drive today. I'm very impressed. Let's jump into the interview.
I think Meepo gets driver of the day.
Yeah, he did overtake Etatsis on the formation lap. You're right.
Cutely special. Right, okay. For the
first
actual Grand Prix, we have not very 5 red lights because the drivers haven't even revved up yet. The Taz's AI has gone for it, and it's lights out, and away we go, and it looks like a decent start from Sanitas, who's going to be on the inside for turn 1. Alexander leaves the space and he retakes the lead of the Grand Prix. Taz is away in the AI car, so I think he's going to be brought down pretty quickly. AI definitely glitching a bit as we look further down the order. Hoodham has half spun into the grass. He was able to get away with that with relatively no damage, and it seems it's mostly quite single file. Yanis Correas has a look at behind Joel. Yanis Correas is around, and so is Pemi. Pemi and Yanis Correas both around. Joel having to stop.
I was just about to say that Pemi had a very good start there. He gained some positions on those mediums, but yeah, now he's lost them again. So now it's Ace Boy, the leading driver of the medium runners, but he's being attacked by Grenade Goran here right now. We do have Alexander and Sachinidis back up into 1 and 2 as the bot's starting to drop down. Everybody's driving through the bot now.
Yep, as expected, Granite Goran is, in fact, really Ace Boy's in the wall, and he's out! He is out of the Grand Prix on lap 1! Probably took a bit too much curb, and that has sent the AlphaTauri into the wall.
Yellow flags, but no safety car for this.
Oof.
So we're gonna keep driving here.
As Yanis Correas gets in front of Joel. Joel has a bit of damage, and Speedy and Tatis. Speedy regaining that position as Alexander sets the fastest lap of the race, of course. It's lap 1.
Yeah, so it was looking very clean at the race start. Actually, there was a few people gaining 1 or 2 positions, but yeah, nobody really losing a lot there until who was it that went off? I think Hudim, who somehow managed to get up into 13 again. So he's profiting off other people's misfortune here in Maggots and Beckett's.
Oh, does he have a bit of a look of Granite Goran there, and that almost sent him into a spin. Meepo up into 10th? What?
Yeah, he's also definitely profited off all those people making mistakes and people getting a bit too close to each other, and yeah, he's up into the top 10, up into the points positions here. Well, I did say if he gets a good start, then he has a chance to get some good positions here.
That's not on the script.
No, the last second change.
Wait, hang on. Oh, and who's that? That's Gerla who is around at Cops. And looks like no damage.
Yeah.
As Hoodham is now getting past Tatis. Just very single file so far. Let me just check the script.
Oh, as Apo gets a 3-second time penalty already in lap 2.
Yep,
That's
there
too
we go.
early, man.
That's the script. That's in the script. Oh,
Oh,
you
and
hear
another
this?
fast start from Alexander. He's already a second ahead of Sachinidis. He's really pulling away here.
My game crashed. My game crashed.
Oh, God, I'm gonna invite you.
Well, that doesn't really help the issue that I've currently got. That my game is dying and I can't do anything about it. It's because
That is-
Thor messaged me on Steam.
Thank you, Thor. All right, we're glad you wanted to
Why?
join the race, but all right, here. I'll keep commentating though because we have some very close battles now. Mali has been catching up to Edge for the last few laps, and now we have Crystal and Azaken also catching up to them because they're losing time. So yeah, very close battle here for P3. Nothing big happening at the back, I would think. Daisy is still fighting with Grenade Goran. Daisy, of course, on those soft tires. He's going a bit quicker there than Grenade Goran. I think he really wants to get past here, but oh, Azaken taking a bit too much off cops here. Taking that outside line. That might be a warning or it might not. We never know in Silverstone. We do have Mali very close to the back of Edge here. We do also have the DRS enabled now, so could be an easy overtake here for
Oh my
Mali,
Jesus
but
Christ, my
Edge
ears.
also has the DRS off Sachinidis. Oh, and Tranquilo spun! Oh, it's another virtual safety car. It's a
Are
virtual
you
safety car.
actually
Is anybody
having
gonna
my
pull
life?
into the pits?
Are you having my life?
We haven't seen anybody pull. I'm sorry. We haven't seen anybody pull into the pits yet, so nobody making use of that very... Oh, but at the back, they're pitting. Yeah, Hudim into the pits, Pemi into the pits, Janice Carreras. So P12, 13, and 14 are all taking the chance on this virtual safety car, making use of that time gain here and probably going on to the mediums. Pemi isn't, though. Pemi started on the mediums, so gonna be very interesting to see what he does. And the DRS has been enabled again.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
so Tranquilo, the second driver here, spinning at the end of Maggots and Beckett's.
Interesting. Very interesting. Loading comfort. I'm back in! Yay, I'm here! Right. Thor was asking me if I'm sure about showing ERS. Yes, I absolutely am. As Edge and Crystal's currently going side by side. Crystals has a full battery. Edge also has a pretty full battery. On the run up to Cops, they're both deploying.
Oh,
Crystals is
and
at least.
Crystal's
Crystals going to the
going side by
inside! Woo,
Oh, he's
Jesus!
pulled out of it.
It was not another taken opportunity. This puts him under.
He's trying
Oh my god!
Azaken behind them.
What?
Azaken also trying to go for that move here. And
My-
of course they
my-
do have the
my-
DRS now,
my-
so...
What? The act.
Oh, Mali going for the overtake on P2. Yeah, he's past Sachinidis before the turn even starts. And yeah, ahead of Stove, he's ahead. And so is Crystals ahead of Edge. A lot of position changes here out
I
front.
just want to spectate an F1 race.
So I'm seeing Tranquilo say he has had a black screen out of the game and his car just decided to spin out. So really a shame for him. Could have probably still recovered some positions there. But yeah, of course, sometimes the game just doesn't want you
Man,
getting
why
points.
are these people blaming me for the game crashing? I don't control it.
Yeah, we should get Thor in for an interview after the race, but first we'll watch Azaken trying to overtake
Oh no,
on
we
Edge
won't.
here.
We won't watch Azaken. We'll watch my loading
Oh.
screen.
I am watching Azaken though, and Azaken is almost past. They're side by side into Village. No, it's not Village, but they're still side by side, and Azaken has taken the position. He's ahead of Edge now. So Azaken up into P5, and he's gonna chase after Crystals. By the way, Pemi, who started on the mediums, decided to go for the softs on the virtual safety car, so it's a two-stop strategy for him now. I'm not sure how good of a choice that was, to be honest. I think the pit lane takes quite a while to get through in Silverstone because it's very slow and very long. So we'll see how it plays out later on, I guess. But it's looking very good, especially for Hudim and Janice Curias, who have gone for the mediums.
Oh my god! If this game crashes again, I can't stream. I don't even understand what I'm supposed to do. As for them, Meepo and Miles battle side by side, and Meepo almost going in the back of the house.
Still a very close battle. Down from P2, Mali, Sachinidis, Crystals, and Azaken. Azaken with the fastest lap now. So in this battle group here, from P2 down to P6, they're also setting the fastest laps, and they're They're probably even catching up to Alexander here. Alexander already a 2-second gap here, of course. He managed to pull away at the race start, but now it seems like everybody else is chasing after him.
Yeah, and seems
And they're very much using their battery to chase him as well. Yeah, so Mali using his battery to defend, and everybody behind him gets the DRS to try and make an overtake happen. We've seen that Crystal is quite brave here, so we might see some more moves from Crystal into Cops here. If he gets too close to Sachanidis, then Sachanidis might have to watch out.
Yeah, Crystal's making a few ambitious moves this race. He hasn't been to a turn 1 this week, which I think is a step forward.
Well, there's still a few more turn 1s to come. He still has the opportunity if he wants to make it happen, but yeah, he hasn't spun around yet.
He hasn't spun yet.
Yeah,
Sachanidis.
actually he's very close to Sachanidis here, and he's catching up. I think he's got a very good setup for the straights. Oh, and they're both right behind Mali.
Yeah.
Sachanidis was looking to make a move there for a second, but he just decided to stay out of it for now and probably try on the next straight.
It's probably the best thing to do, as Mali is losing out to Alexander. The gap is increasing a couple times every lap, and that is Gurla once again spun at the same place we saw 8boy spin.
Yeah, it seems that everybody is feeling a bit spinny at the end of Maggots and Beckett's. Maybe somebody put some oil
Oh,
down
speaking
there.
of being
Oh,
spinny,
X
Azakin!
passed
And that, I wonder what happened there. Looks like a very odd spin. It looks like a braking spin. In the meantime, Sachanidis gets past Mali as well.
Yeah, he's taking that P2 back. And now it's Mali who has to defend from Crystals as well. And Janice Gurrias gets the time penalty down in P16.
Edge really struggling to stick with these guys. 7 tenths away. Speedy 3 seconds back in P6 currently with a Desi behind him. Crystals closing in on Mali and Sachanidis. Mali could get Sachanidis back on this straight though, which is something they've got to be careful of.
It's all down to how good a run you get out of Maggots and Beckett's, because whoever gets the best run has the best chances here of pulling away on the straight or overtaking on the straight.
Oh.
And it's looking very good for Mali here. Mali taking the outside line. So he's still trying to defend from the inside.
Mali's still there. Oh, Crystals puts in the Crystals goes in the pit lane as Mali retakes the position.
So Crystal diving into the pits for an undercut here. It might actually be a good idea here. He's gonna have some clean air there, and he's gonna be able to put in some good laps and hopefully get past Mali and Sachanidis.
Yep. It'll be a long shot to get Alexander, but I definitely think we can get Mali and Sachanidis.
Sachanidis right behind Mali. He's getting a very good launch out of Village, and now he's very much chasing after Mali here. Taking the inside line, Mali's staying on the outside.
Edge going for it on the inside.
He dives to the inside on both of them. He's almost touching wheels with them, but yeah, not quite enough to make the overtake happen. Mali had too much speed there, but Sachanidis is very much past Mali again. So those two guys switching positions all the time. Meanwhile, Alexander has pulled away another second, so he's now 3 seconds ahead.
Yep, we'll just see where Crystals comes out on all of this. Mali and Sachanidis does not want to be battling too hard, otherwise they definitely will lose out to Crystals, which if I'm honest, I think they have.
Crystals is in P11 and only a bit more than a second behind Tatsis, but Tatsis is a ghosted car, so he's not gonna lose any time defending here.
And Mali going for it on the inside. He had a look there, costing himself time. And who's gonna pit here? Sachanidis doesn't pit. Alexander pits. This group of 3 does not pit as Miles and Meepo battle it out, and it looks like Miles holds that position for now. So Alexander comes into the pit lane, as does Speedy. I wonder where Crystals comes out relative to all of this. He got DRS from the AI of Tatisa. It's just going to help him out more.
That will help him a lot, yeah. Especially against Alexander, this might still be interesting.
I don't think he'll get Alexander, but he'll definitely be a bit closer.
Yeah, so Alexander going out of the pits now, and Crystal's still just getting onto a start-finish straight now, but yeah, he's definitely looking a lot closer now. Yeah,
purple last sector for the Alpine, and yeah, Alexander is well in his sights as a Desi picks up a penalty.
2 seconds behind, and out in front, those guys are still fighting. They're gonna lose a lot of time battling here. I mean, it's interesting that none of them decided to go into the pits. It feels like Sachinidis was fake in the pit stop, and then Mali decided, oh, I'm gonna do the opposite and stay out, but in the end, they all stayed out. So they're all gonna lose time battling each other. Actually, Edge might be the one profiting here the most here, because he can just get the DRS from the other 2 guys.
Maybe not. I think if Edge really wanted to profit, he should have undercut them by now.
It seems the undercut isn't actually that strong, because Crystal didn't gain that much time on
He
Alexander.
gained a second and a half. As,
there we go. Edge is pulling
Edge
into this
fine,
now.
this is the undercut. If you don't think a second and a half is much on an undercut, I got news for you.
To be fair, Alexander wasn't really pushing on his in lap.
Alexander easy win without safety. I don't think so. Crystals are closing up, and they have similar amounts of battery. I think about 10%. Alexander
we'll have to see where Edge comes out now. It could be interesting with Crystals, because Edge is the one who was undercut by Crystals.
Crystals has definitely got Edge, 100%.
Well, yeah, he's passed. He's definitely passed.
And there we go. Crystals with the fastest lap. And there's fireworks going off outside my house.
Oh, sounds like fun. You should check it out. I'll just commentate, it's fine.
I hate fireworks.
I actually like fireworks, but I don't like how loud they are. If that makes any sense.
Edge comes out 2.5 seconds behind Crystals.
I think that's not too bad. He's gonna have fresher tires now, and he did battle with those other 2 guys a bit while he stayed out. So if he can get a bit closer now to Crystal on his fresh tires, maybe he can even do a fastest lap as well. We're seeing that the fresh mediums are quite the fast tire here.
Yep, I don't think a lap is really gonna make that much difference in terms of where. In terms of
Mali very close to Sachinidis, and they're both pulling into the pits.
Yep. Oh, there's contact, and that pushes Sachinidis into a speeding.
But if Sachinidis doesn't pit again, then he's not gonna have to serve his penalty, and it's gonna get removed after the race. So that's something to watch.
So it's the battle. It's the battle of the pit crew. It's the battle of the pit crews now. Who is gonna do the better pit stop? And I think it'll be Ferrari. Since the unsafe pit releases are. Yep.
Yeah, seems like better for Sachinidis here. Right, we do have Grenade, Gora, and Mepo and Vicky now leading the race here. They started on the medium tires, so they're of course gonna have to pit at some point, but they might still be hoping for a safety car. And
Edge has jumped Mali. Edge jumped Mali in the pit lane, and
by quite a bit as well.
Edge is looking around the outside of the Ferrari.
And he's using his battery. He's getting closer and closer to Sachinidis. He might be going for a move here.
Okay, yeah, he's going for the inside, and there's contact.
Oh, he had a lot of momentum into that turn. There was a bit of a dive bump there, but yeah, Sachinidis is losing that position for now, but he's staying very close to the back of him. Taking that slipstream into cops. Oh, Edge pulling to the inside.
So Edge wants to defend from this, but Sachinidis doesn't fully commit to the move. And he's I think he has to lift a bit there.
Yeah, he's just making sure that they don't have contact, and he's gonna wait for the next straight.
Yep, I guess so.
He is getting a better exit here than Edge, and he also has the DRS and a lot more battery, so yeah, Sachinidis should be making the move here, and Mali's already catching up to them again because they're fighting so much.
Yep.
Oh,
and
Speedy getting past the Daisy.
Yep, looks like a pretty simple move on the outside. Coming into the apex.
By the way, the guys who decided to pit early, Pemi, Hudim, and Correas on the virtual safety car, haven't really gained that much. They've gained 1 position each.
Well, that's still...
Yeah, they've been fighting with each other, so...
Well, Pemi pitted for softs.
Yeah, Pemi did pit for the softs because he started on the mediums. He wanted to make use of that safety car, but I said it before, I'm not sure how good of a choice that is because he's gonna have to make another pit stop.
Yep. I guess
now it's Mali getting close to the back of Edge. And Edge taking a very interesting line to this corner here, actually. Every time he goes a lot deeper, but he takes a lot more speed with him through the corner.
Oh!
That was a big one there from Molly. Just managed to catch it there. But yeah, that was looking a bit scary.
And there's a bit of a train forming behind Speedy. Speedy, Odessi, Pemi, Hoodham, and Reyes. Is that train, unless Speedy can pull away from it.
He does have fresh tires, and he did just overtake a Daisy as well, so could be possible that he just pulls away here, but a Daisy's staying very close for now, and he does have the DRS assistance. I think it's mostly going to be Pemi
yellow flag.
Who
is that? That's Vicky. Is Vicky in the infield in the grass?
Yeah, and he of course hasn't pitted yet, so he's not even in that P5. He's just chilling there for now. And now he's got Sachanides on his back. He's not going to be happy about that one.
He's trying to use the Vicky.
Well, probably both of them, because Sachanides doesn't want to lose time attacking cars. But that should be pretty easy overtake with DRS, I think. So he's going to be happy about the DRS probably. And Vicky just goes straight on.
Yeah, that looked...
Oh, yeah, he spun it again.
No, I don't know. That looked really suspicious. That looked weird. Almost like he was AI.
Something weird's happening to him on the straight as well.
No, I don't think any. I think he's just sort of given up. As we reach the halfway point.
That's quite surprising actually, because he wasn't doing too bad. Even after the spin, he was still P5. He could have gained some position there. Wouldn't have been in last place after pit stop either. Oh, and Edge is getting closer to Sachanides again. He's caught up again. Sachanides, without the DRS, of course, is gonna have to defend here into Stowe. And Edge takes the inside line.
Very close they made contact definitely. And Desi gets back past Speedy in the meantime. Sachanides still defending from Edge.
And Mali also back into the battle now. They're all 3/10 off each other, so Sachanides, Edge, and Mali just locked in that battle forever. And the one profiting from that is definitely Alexander, and also Crystals, who's only 2 seconds behind Alexander still. So Crystals definitely keeping pace here with Alexander.
Yep.
And Grenade Goran and Meepo in P1 and 2 are also still looking very good, and they're gonna gain more and more time the longer it takes those guys in P5, 6, and 7 to battle each other.
Yep.
Oh, talking about battling each other.
Yep, Marley had a look on the inside there, tried to spook Edge to the edge of the track, and Marley now sends it up the inside, and there's contact there. As behind Miles and Vicky battled a bit there, and I think Joel has also lost a rear end spun. He did.
Yeah, there's a few very scary moments here, because those guys are taking very different lines to the corners actually. So I feel like they're not quite sure where the other is gonna go.
Edge
so
has
Edge
has lost DRS.
Oh yeah, that's gonna hurt him on the straight. Mali's using his battery, and he's already side by side. I think that should be the pass for him.
Yep,
yeah, he's top before Stowe, and Edge down into P7.
Rip.
Oh, Speedy almost making the move on the Daisy as well on the straight, and
Correa
still get past Hoodin.
Momentarily though. Well, had a bit of a look there. Sachanides sets the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, so now that he's got the guys behind out of DRS range, he's pushing and trying to get back up to a position where he can challenge Crystals for net P2.
Edge right on the back of Marley still. Using that battery quite early on, so is Marley. Marley's not using it anymore, and Edge is still deploying as he's going to go up the inside now. Marley sort of just lets him have it, doesn't really fight it that much.
Yeah, Marley's looking very good on the battery actually. Could be using a lot more just to defend the position, but it seems like he doesn't want to defend the position much, he just wants to take it back on the next straight.
Yep, as Speedy having a look at a Desi and Cops up the inside there, and Speedy gets the move done, but he kind of shot himself in the foot because Desi's just going to have the DRS for the next round. As Granite Goran pits.
And also Pemi behind those two guys, still in the softs. They're pretty old by now, but they might still be quite quick, especially with a Daisy and Speedy not being on the freshest tires either. But a Daisy not making the move on Speedy here, not quite gaining enough time on the straight.
Where is Gonna come out in pit lane to all of this? I might come out on that speedy and Desi train, or within close proximity of it at least. As he exits.
Yeah, it's gonna be very close.
He exits the pit lane now, and he
And
comes
he's
out in
in
the
the
center.
middle of the
Yeah, he
fight.
comes out in the middle.
Yeah. But he is on first soft, so he should be able to make quite some moves here on the other guys. With Pemi having to pit quite soon and Speedy and the Daisy being locked in a battle. Oh, and Edge catching up to Mali and they're side by side again.
He's
Every
just
single lap they just do the same dance here.
Yep. It's like watching the same comedy sketch every time.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
it feels like Sylvester.
Are we getting something different? Edge on the inside now defending for Mali a bit. Mali looking for a switchback.
Oh, yeah, he's looking for that switchback, and he's got a much better launch out there, but he's not going to dive into Maggots and Beckett, surely. Oh,
Well, yeah, he had a look. He thought about it. Granagor now going on the outside of Penny through Maggots and Beckett, and he's got that move not quite done. Actually, Penny holding the position. Those fresh softs going to be a lot faster than those 11 lap old softs.
Very good launch out
As
there,
Mali gets past Edge.
Behind Mali, yeah.
Oh, and there we go. Granagor on the inside once again. And he gets that move pretty much done. No, actually, no, not quite.
Oh.
Pemi went for a bit of an overlap, and he definitely got it. But Granagor has the much superior grip and able to keep it ahead.
Yeah, so we have some battles that just keep on going here in this race. It's Speedy and the Daisy battling all race. We also have Pemi, Janice Curious, and Tudim battling all race, and of course in front we have Mali and Edge. And Sachanidas is actually pulled away by 1.8 seconds now, but he's not really catching up to Crystal. So Alexander Crystal still very solid with that 2-second gap out in P1 and 2.
Yep, Granagor closing in on a Desi there, but not quite able to get the move done. In the meantime, it looks like Hudim's going to try and get the move done on Giannis Curious, and he gets it done.
And something to note here, Mali actually decided to use his battery this time, and he's defended easily from Edge, and Edge now out of the DRS window. He might get back into it here through Maggots and Beckets.
It's gonna be close. In the meantime, actually,
yeah. Into the start of Maggots and Beckets. Oh, he's taking that inside line. Oh, and he's made the move stick. Wonderful pass here, and the Daisy's just pulling out of it for now. But we're heading towards the straight, and that means DRS assistance. But Granny Goran is also in the DRS of Speedy, just about. Was very close there.
Yep. Crystals, as Hudim gets actually past Pemi as well. Crystals closing in a bit on Alex, I've noticed in the last couple laps.
I think those tires are really starting to hurt for Pemi, but it seems like he's trying to go to the end of the race. It's going to be quite the struggle. 20 laps on those softs.
Speedy and Granagoran on the exact same battery. There is nothing between them. But Desi still has quite a bit of it in the tank though. So
well, Grenade Goran does have the faster tires, and you can just see it on the exit. He's got so much traction, and he's going so quickly here. He's not even using battery, and he's catching up to Speedy already.
There we go, up the
and
inside.
He's got the move done. Yeah.
Pretty simple move. Speedy doesn't fight it that much. I think his main fight's more with a Desi is going to go in a bit slow on the
By the way, something to watch here. Mali back in the DRS window of Sachinides, and Sachinides losing a lot of time to Crystal.
Yeah.
We might still be seeing some moves for the podium positions here.
Edge because of a penalty.
Oh. Yeah, I think he was pushing really hard to stay behind Mali and just get dragged along towards Sachinides.
Yep. Any real moves taking place?
P14, we do have Mippo right behind Miles at the start of the straight, and he's gonna have DRS assistance as well. We could be seeing a move here.
Yep,
it's
we
trying
are.
to go to the inside. And, not quite got the move done. Miles taking that faster outside line, and he's still contesting. They're side by side here. Gonna be interesting to see. Oh, I think Mippo breaks just a tiny bit later, and it's enough to make the move.
Yep. Korea's right on the back of Pemi. How many warnings do Crystals and Alex have?
I can check that real quick. So we have one warning for Alexander and also one warning for Crystals, but that might actually be a contact warning. It wasn't lap 1. So
Okay.
one warning each, and then oh, and we see somebody spin. That's a Ferrari.
It's
Dennis
Korea's. And that is damaged. There's no front wing on that Ferrari.
Yeah, that's gonna push everybody else up one position, and Pemi's still going on those old softs now. It might still be a good strategy decision here.
Yeah.
Mali very close to the back of Sachanides now. He's within half a second, and he's catching up with every straight.
Yeah. He is indeed 29-1 that lap, so it's decent pace from the Red Bull. Edge still within this little battle. He's still there. Speedy still trying to get that DRS off Granny Goran. Pretty much.
Yeah, it seems like Renee Goran is starting to pull away a little. On those first softs, he just really has the traction to pull away from Speedy in the traction zones, and he's got Speedy out of the DRS for this straight here, I believe.
No, he doesn't,
Okay,
because
yeah,
the detection points before those corners.
Yeah, so it was just about enough for Speedy to just hang on there again. But yeah, Grenade Goran looking like he's very strong on those first softs now, and he's made a good strategy call, staying out very long on those mediums, and now on those softs he can make all the moves he needs to get up positions.
Yep.
We have Mali again challenging Sachanides and going towards the straight now. Could be seeing another move here. I'm wondering if they're just going to continue doing the same thing that they did earlier, where they just also switch position every lap. Just this battle group between, well, Crystal's pulled away quite a bit from them now, but Sachanides, Mali and Edge just fighting all race for that last podium place.
Yep. And Vicky picks up a penalty. Mali's still just chilling behind the Ferrari. I think Adesi's closed in quite a bit on Speedy, as well as Speedy fell out of the DRS of Granite Goran.
Edge doesn't have a lot of battery left. It seems like he was trying to catch up to the back of Mali, but he's gonna need Mali to attack Sachanides quite hard if he wants to have a chance of catching up here. But he does catch up a little with Mali being in the dirty air of Sachanides. We'll have to see how that evolves.
Yep.
I want to mention, by the way, Crystal's 2 seconds still behind Alexander. They've kept that gap since the pit stops pretty much. Nobody really making any moves here. Crystal's got a bit more battery left for now, and he is using it to catch up a bit. But he did say he's gonna dedicate the win to me if he does, so he better win this race.
Okay. I do
Listen,
not.
I'm feeling I was feeling very ill earlier and I almost died, so I need somebody
No,
dedicating the
you
win to me,
didn't
okay?
almost die.
You heard my voice when I was almost dying.
No.
I was.
Alex has made a mistake coming up the straight. As can put another penalty because he has just lost 6 attempts coming down the hanger straight. Crystal smells blood.
Mali very close to the back of Sachanides here. And the Daisy is challenging Speedy for P7 as well. Those two guys very close. So they're also one of these battle groups that have been together all race.
Yep.
By the way, I've got to admit there's probably not going to be any snow during the race.
Why
Probably.
not?
I mean, it's not looking very cloudy. It's pretty rare that it snows without any clouds.
Crystals within 1.1 seconds.
Yeah, he's using his battery now to get into that 1 second window. He's trying to make use of that one mistake that Alexander made, and it seems to be working for now. But he needs 2 more tenths to get the DRS on the straight. And if he does get it to the
he's
DRS,
using the ERS. He's to get into that DRS. Alexander isn't using, so Crystals Is he gonna be
Yeah,
in
it's all gonna be
DRS? I
about
don't
Megas
think.
and Beckett.
I know he's not in DRS. He's not in.
Oh,
The
very
detection.
close,
The
though.
detection point is before Michael Beckett. So.
He's still using his battery to catch up. He's still within a second.
Oh,
Could be enough
and
for-
that's Gerla
Whoa!
out. Gerla out of the race. He has crashed at Maggots and Beckett's.
Oh, and Marley gets past Sarinidis again. The game continues. They've got 5 more laps, and they could well switch position every single one of those. Edge behind them, by the way, has had a penalty for quite a while now, so... Oh, and Azaken gets past Pemi for the last points position, but Azaken also with a penalty. Oh, and Pemi now also with a penalty, fair enough.
And
Crystal does seem to have the
Yeah.
DRS, right?
yes, he is within at the detection point. So
Yeah, so
why he
that's gonna
gets
be
it.
his chance now.
I think he wants to do it later though, because he doesn't have much ERS, and that is Giannis. Curious in the gravel once again.
And he gets a 10-second time penalty for his troubles as well.
Oh, that is a rip. As
Yeah, I think he might not be winning the race after this. Oh, Zacharias, by the way, very close to Mali again. He almost looks like he's gonna make moves into cops again, but not quite, not quite.
oh,
They're almost touching though. These guys are so brave, it's quite amazing. They can get so close to each other without touching.
yeah. The art of racing's next.
Indeed, indeed. That's the kind of racecraft you expect from the high tiers. Oh, and Crystal's very close. To
Well,
Alexander.
you got DRS on the straight. Of course, he'll be close.
Oh, and
As
Zacharias even
Meepo
closer to
out.
Mali.
Meepo is out of
Oh,
the
what did he
race.
do?
He crashed
What
at
happened?
cops.
Oh, again. I
Rip.
think he just really doesn't like that corner. I think Meepo...
It's
and
the
Stockbridge
exact
have
same
to-
plays.
Yeah, it is. Meanwhile, Crystal's got the DRS now on Alexander. It's
I
gonna
don't-
be
he's not
very
gonna-
interesting to watch.
I don't think he's gonna go for anything until the last lap. I don't really see a point of why you would go for anything until the last lap.
Crystal's got a lot more battery now. He's got 20%
yeah,
left.
but Alexander
He's
has
saving it
doubled
up
that.
though. He's saving
Alexander
it up for
has doubled that ERS.
now. But Crystal does have the DRS though, so it might be enough. If Crystal can push for one straight, that might be all he needs. And Sarinis, by the way, staying in front of Mali for now. There's a lot of battles here, all race. There's a few guys who just keep battling each other. They just can't stop switching positions.
Yep. And Crystals is as he comes around and back, it's Crystals now. Looking he's not gonna look for the move. Like I said, he's gonna go for this on the last lap. There's really no point going for it on any other lap because Alex is just gonna get him back. Okay.
He's
Has
looking
a-
towards the outside though.
He has a look. Nothing too serious there. As Mali
That's it, right?
Mali going on the inside and he gets the move done.
Oh, but Sachinides going for a switchback on the inside. No, not quite. He's backing out a bit. It's quite interesting to see so many people going for the move on the inside of Stowe. I would have thought that a lot of people go around the outside and carry that extra speed
And just
into...
you just shut the door once you got the move done. On
Yeah.
the inside.
Bristol still saving us. Oh no, he's pushing. He's pushing a bit. Out of the corners. Oh, he's trying it. He's trying it. He's gone for the move. And
Oh.
Alexander kind of caught sleeping here. He's not using his battery.
They broke really late
He
though.
breaks really late. He's got the confidence in his car. I don't think he's been pushing much all race, to be honest. He's just been-
Desi's gonna go for it on Speedy on the inside. Desi gets the move. And it's nice.
Taking a quick look at the... Oh no, I don't want to take a look at the penalties now because Crystal's got his next chance to overtake Alexander here. Into Stowe, he's not using all of his battery, but he's using a little, of course. Alexander not using his battery, so he's preparing
He's going for it
to
in the
make
last
a
lap.
comeback in the last lap.
Yeah, Crystal should have waited till the last lap. He's completely shot himself in the foot for this. Unless Alexander makes a mistake,
Crystal
Crystal's
does have a lot of battery though.
But Alexander has a lot more. I
think
think
it might be enough to keep the position.
I think Crystals has completely shot himself in the foot. He should have waited for the last lap.
Zacharias, by the way, he's going for the move on the last lap as well. Oh, lock up from Crystal there.
Yeah, like he's
Lock up
completely
in turn one,
he's
two.
screwed himself.
Oh, but Crystal.
Oh,
getting a
Speedy
good
out
start
at the
here.
start finish straight.
Oh!
He's crashed. Coming out of the final corner. As we'll hop back onto the lead battle.
Alexander's not trying to go for the move here. He doesn't
Yeah,
use
he's gonna
any
go for it on the
battery.
hanger. So
Well, if he
so
makes
Crystals
just
doesn't
the
get the
slightest
switch back.
mistake out of, if he just makes the slightest mistake out of Meggets and Beckets, though, that's his only chance gone. He's using his battery to push towards Cops, and Mali, by the way, right behind Zacharias again. Zacharias made the move one more time, but so Zacharias not waiting.
Crystals,
for the hanger
I don't think Crystals has won this. But if he does, it's gonna be some defense. But he's definitely just, I don't know why he did it on the penultimate lap. That's kind of frustrating.
He's a bit quicker through Meggets and Beckets, but is it gonna be enough to keep the position? Oh, and the 3-second penalty for Zacharias.
And here we go, Crystals
Oh,
offended on the
taking the
inside. And
they touched.
contact,
Lots of
Crystals
contact,
barging,
yeah. Ooh.
but apparently barged the Aston Martin out the way, having none of it.
Alexander's
Oh,
still looking
contact!
for it. Alexander's still trying. They're touching, Oh. Oh, almost spinning for Alexander. Whew.
And Crystals wins.
Crystals takes the race win. Oh, and still very close for Mali and Zacharias as well. Mali staying ahead though, and Zacharias getting an additional 3-second time penalty. So Zacharias dropping down below Edge and Grenade Goran for now, but he might get a 5-second penalty removed still. Azek finishing in P8 here, but Hudim without a penalty takes the position from him. And it's looking like Miles or Pemi for the last position, but Pemi doesn't have... Well, Pemi only has 3 seconds of penalties, so he's going to take that last point-paying position.
Well done.
Ooh, what an exciting race. I was not expecting that battle at the end. Crystal and Alexander, they just kept that 2-second gap forever, and then suddenly one mistake from Alexander and Crystal was on the back of him. And it did pay off in the end. And I'm feeling very dizzy now, oh. It did not snow, by the way. I just want to mention that.
Oh my god. Of course it didn't snow!
Well, maybe you can just take a look out the window. You're pretty close to Silverstone, no?
No. Like 4 hours away from it.
I mean, it's closer than most people.
Okay. I don't really know how to respond to that.
Alright, so Crystal's taking the race win here at the end. Very close at the end. Yeah, just a battle in the last 2 laps. And Alexander not quite managing to make that overtake on the hanger straight in the last lap. Mali taking P3 without the penalties. He's kept his nose clean. Then it's probably going to be Zacharias in P4 without the penalty, but he's in P6 for now, with Edge in P4 and Grenade Goran in P5 for Alfa Romeo. Grenade Goran actually having a pretty good race there. He's managed to make that opposite strategy work, keeping the medians for a long time and then pitting onto the softs and overtaking everybody behind him. Adazi, Hudim, Azaken, and Pemi taking the other points positions.
Yep.
Ooh. Quite the race. Who do we think was the driver of the day today?
Probably gonna go on.
Did you say Grenade Goran?
Yep.
Yeah, I would agree on that. He just drove a wonderful, clean race there. He managed to make his strategy work. And yeah, P5 in the end, quite impressive. Probably P6 after penalty removement, but yeah, quite good. Oh, by the way, Pemi managed to stay on those softs at the end. I think it was 21 laps on the softs, which is quite impressive as well.
Yep. Yeah, he indeed did. 94% con to Mikanda.
Alright, so we're done with the race and we're ready to interview some drivers, so hop into the interviews channel if you'd like to talk to us.
Oh, don't. I don't mind.
Or don't, you know, just do what you feel like. I'm already seeing some people jump in there.
We got Crystals in the interviews channel, so I guess we'll drag
I
him
was.
in.
Hello.
Hello, Crystals. You win a
Hello.
race! Wow. I never
Finally.
thought I'd see the day.
Yeah, I
Uh-oh.
mean, it was. That was. Man. That was on the last lap. I. I don't know what to say because I mean, that was so close. I mean, the qualifying wasn't very good. P5 and I invited data 26.4. And after I got the. I mean, I did the undercut because I knew it was powerful. So basically, after in the last lap, I just say, I don't care about anything. I'm just gonna push now. I'm gonna deploy the batteries. Also because I knew that Alexander didn't have it too much. So I decided to overtake on lap 25 because I was recovering battery. So I just say I'm gonna overtake here and I'm gonna save the battery for all the laps 26 until the final straight. And I mean, that was amazing, the fight between me and Alexander because I was on the inside. I tried to be as clean as I could. And I was literally shaking in the last turn, in the last curve. So yeah, I mean, it was fine.
Okay. I don't really know what else to say.
Congrats on the race win.
Yeah, thanks.
Quite a good drive here. You said it already. The undercut was very strong. I think there was a virtual safety car in lap 2 or 3. Did you consider pitting there for the very strong undercut?
Basically, I mean, I was so mad because like I just took the line. I mean, I was at the pit, so I didn't have time to try to pit. But I mean, I won, so I don't really care about it in this moment.
Yeah, I mean it worked out in the end for sure.
Yeah,
I think for the last few laps, Bailey and I were just discussing when you should make the move for the lead, but I think you chose the perfect moment
No,
there.
I don't think you did. I still think you're pretty brain dead. Why'd you go for it on the penultimate lap?
because I was trying to recover battery, and after I say, I mean, it's better. Like I think I did the right move because I mean, I was recovering battery, and also you don't know if you're gonna make a mistake the last lap, so maybe you don't have the time to recover the gaps that you have lose. So I prefer to do it, and I mean it worked out, so it's fine.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess I'll just say congratulations on the race one,
Yeah, thank you.
and I won't see you later. We'll see you next week, is what I'm sure. Is what I meant to say.
Next week,
Okay.
Hungary, I believe.
Yes, it is. Hungry? Are you hungry for a race win, though?
I
my
don't
God.
know.
Okay.
Hoping so. Yeah, I mean that was way bad joke, but
I made that joke in my interview in Tier 4, okay? You can't just steal that.
I
I
didn't
have
hear the
copyright on
joke. I didn't hear the joke.
yeah, you both were terrible.
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
You know what? Bye bye. Just bye bye. Bye.
Bye.
bye
Bye.
bye.
Let's get
Oh,
Alexander in
finally
here.
got word. All right.
Alright, let's get Alexander in here to discuss things if he wants to unmute. There we go.
Hello,
Hello.
Alexander.
So you led most of the race, if not like all of it, until the penultimate lap. It's must have been relatively boring for you out there until the Alpine closed down.
Yeah, you could say that, but it's really hard to keep the same pace for a long time. So I really struggled with the pace in the last laps. Yeah, I did my best to just get a huge gap, and that versus safety car with Cyanidis helped me a lot because Cyanidis got a poor start to that versus safety car, and I think I was at 1.8 seconds ahead when the safety car ended. So I had a huge gap advantage there.
And how did you feel about the contact? There was a bit of contact on the last lap coming through Stowe, I believe. How did you feel about that?
I don't know. I don't think anyone would be happy. I'm particularly not happy right now. I felt like I had that one, but you know it's racing, and yeah, I'm just upset. You know that could have it could have been clean, and it could have been side to side, but yeah, I got pushed out, and he went out ahead, and then he won the race. So GG's to him.
Okay. I don't have anything else to ask, Snacks. What about you?
Yeah, I think we might have to pass that one on to the FIA then. I think we also saw it on stream, so if you need some additional angles. But yeah, it's still very solid race from you. I think we saw you keeping the pace for a long time with those 2 seconds to Crystal pretty much for all of the race. It was a good 15 laps that you kept that gap.
Yeah.
But then I think just one mistake, and he just made use of that mistake. He pushed as much as he could. I think he was using all of his battery just to get within the DRS window, and just not quite enough there at the end with the contact as well. Of course, we always love to see some clean racing, but sometimes you get some contact as well when somebody misjudges the corner. But
I mean, it was
still
fun.
very solid result, and yeah, it did look like fun there at the end. Very close battle.
It was. I was just trying to save all my ERS, and then I noticed how he used all his ERS, and then I was like, okay, this is going to end up on the last lap, and it did. So it was a stressful last laps, but fun, really fun.
Well, I have nothing else to ask, so I'll put you back in the interviews channel. You can just leave and do what you want. Thanks for joining us on the Cons Week. Congrats on your 2nd place.
Thank you.
I think that's it.
Is it?
Yes. Yes, that is it.
Is there no more drivers?
Nope,
to
no
interview
more
now?
drivers to interview.
Not even one who might have spun in cops a few times.
No.
Okay, that's good to know.
Alright.
Should I pull him in anyway?
No.
Bailey's just done.
I'm done. My voice is dead. I can't interview anymore. We're going by.
Here, I'll interview him for you,
Oh
okay?
my god, okay.
Here, I'll grab him. Hello, Mippo. Welcome to the commentary booth. Yeah, bit of a mixed bag there, huh? I think we saw you spin in the qualifying in Mippo Cup's corner, and then we saw you spin in the race in Mippo Cup's corner. So, do you have anything to take from that for the future?
Delete the track.
You left some bodywork on the circuit. Can you tell us more about that?
I don't know. I'm just going to scan it.
I think we don't allow eating in the commentary booth.
No, you have to leave.
Wait, yeah, that's what you get for breaking the rules with the commentary booth.
No eating. No liquids of any kind.
Oh wait, I just drunk something earlier.
Oh, get out!
Come on,
Get out! Leave! Leave! Exit!
Alright, that was a very eventful race. I did not almost die. I was expecting to, but yeah, managed to just hold on. And it was a fun race to watch. There was a lot of battles all the way down the grid. No snow during the race.
Oh my god!
Quite disappointed by that.
The snow.
Hey, I'd love some snow races. Just imagine F1 cars with just the snow chains. It would be amazing.
Okay.
All right, thank you for joining us for the Silverstone Grand Prix. We're gonna be back next week in Hungary. We hope you're hungry for more.
Oh my god! I'm gonna end the stream before you stop.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Bye.